If a woman is secretly into you, there are usually 10 signs to look out for. Ever found yourself thinking that someone you know might have a crush on you? It could be a coworker, a friend, or someone you see often. Today, we're going to go through 10 subtle but clear signs that a woman might have feelings for you. We'll also share some insights from Stoic philosophy to help you handle these situations wisely and calmly. And hey, don't forget to like this video and make sure to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us keep sharing great stuff. So picture this. You're at a social gathering, and there's this woman who keeps coming over to chat, asking about your interests, your thoughts, and how your day's going. That kind of attention and real curiosity is a big sign of attraction. But how do we, as Stoics, read these signals? When someone's interested, they usually want to dive into deeper conversations and ask open-ended questions. She asks you questions and genuinely cares about your life. Like, she might remember little things you said weeks ago, like your favorite book or a childhood story, and bring them up in conversation. That's more than just listening. It shows she's really into you. As Stoics, we notice these signs without jumping to conclusions. We pay attention to consistent behaviors over time because those repeated gestures of interest can mean she's genuinely attracted to you. For instance, if she asks about your weekend plans or shows real interest in your stories, it's more than just small talk. It means she really values your chats. Imagine you casually mention a hobby, and then she surprises you with a little gift related to it or brings it up later in another conversation. That's a strong sign she's listening and cares about what you say. It's usually the little things that speak the loudest, plus she's paying more attention. It could also mean she's trying to be close to you on purpose. For example, she might show up at places or events where she knows you'll be. This behavior shows she's making an effort to hang out. Think about how she reacts when you talk about your hobbies and interests. Does she lean in, keep eye contact, and ask questions? Those are signs that she's really interested and wants to know more about you. Stoicism reminds us to be present and aware in these moments. Interactions help us enjoy the attention and interest without getting too attached. We notice, appreciate, and stay grounded. Now, let's talk about physical closeness and touch. Picture this. You're at a party, and there's this woman who always seems to find a reason to be near you. Being close to someone is a big sign of attraction, but let's break down what that really means. Closeness can show up in different ways. She might sit next to you even when there are other seats open or lean in when you're talking. When you're chatting with someone, look for little excuses for casual touches, like brushing something off their shoulder or lightly touching their arm during the conversation. These small gestures, though subtle, really show comfort and attraction. For example, if you're at a table and she decides to sit next to you instead of across from you, or if she often finds reasons to invade your personal space, those are big signs she's interested. From a Stoic point of view, it's all about recognizing these natural human behaviors. Imagine you're at a packed event, and even though there are plenty of places to sit, she keeps trying to stay close to you. Or, during a group chat, she angles her body towards you, showing she's really into the conversation. Another thing could be when she playfully touches your arm while laughing, or gives you a light tap on the shoulder. These little gestures usually show that she's subconsciously trying to connect with you. Stoicism teaches us to keep our cool. Be aware of these physical cues while keeping your cool. Notice and appreciate them, but don't let them control how you feel or act. Respect her boundaries and respond kindly and mindfully. Consider moments where she might try to get closer, like suggesting activities that involve being near each other or positioning herself close to you. All these are subtle but clear signs of attraction. The third sign is mirroring and matching behavior. Next, let's dive into the interesting idea of mirroring. Imagine you're chatting and you notice she's copying your gestures, using your phrases, or syncing her schedule with yours. Mirroring is an unconscious way of creating a connection and showing attraction. When someone mirrors what you do, it's their way of trying to bond more with you. For instance, if you lean in, she might do the same. If you laugh, she'll probably laugh too, matching your vibe and excitement. It's all about that kind of connection. It creates a vibe of comfort and familiarity between you. You might notice that when you say a certain phrase, she starts using it too. This kind of subconscious behavior builds a sense of harmony and connection between you. As Stoics, we value these little cues and see them as part of how people interact. Mirroring shows a deeper, often unspoken bond. By paying attention to this behavior, we can get a better sense of her feelings, but we need to be careful not to make assumptions. Imagine you've been going on and on. You're chatting about your favorite coffee shop, and out of the blue, she suggests meeting up there. Or maybe you've got some specific hand gestures when you talk, and you notice her subtly copying those moves. These little things show she's trying to build a closer connection by finding similarities between you two. Mirroring can go even further. If she starts getting into the same music, binge-watching the same shows, or doing things you like, that's a big hint she's looking for common ground to bond over. On a deeper level, Stoicism tells us to watch these behaviors with a clear head. It's about appreciating the connection without getting too attached to any specific outcome. Think about how she syncs her schedule with yours. Does she suggest hanging out when it works for you, or does she change her plans to fit you in? These little but important signs show her interest and her wish to spend more time with you. Frequent communication is a big sign that someone is into you. Does she text you a lot, comment on your social media, or look for reasons to get in touch? Let's break down what this means. When someone likes you, they want to stay connected. If she's texting you often, it shows she's thinking about you and wants to be part of your life. For example, she might send you a good morning text or ask how your day is going. She might also leave comments on your posts. In your social media posts, if she's always engaging with what you share, like sending you memes or articles she thinks you'd like, or constantly liking and commenting on your stuff, those are pretty clear signs she wants to connect with you. As Stoics, we get how important communication is, so notice how often she starts conversations and how much effort she puts into talking to you. That can really show how interested she is, especially if she's the one reaching out first. If she's making an effort to keep the conversation going, it shows she cares about your connection. Pay attention to how she replies to your messages. Quick and thoughtful responses mean she's genuinely interested. Also, think about what she talks about. Are her messages personal and meaningful, or do they seem generic? Messages that show she really cares about your life and well-being are good signs of attraction. Stoicism reminds us to appreciate these interactions without getting too attached to them. Be kind and stay present in the moment, appreciating your connection without letting it control your feelings. Think about how often she kicks off conversations and the topics she picks. If she keeps bringing up personal or significant stuff, it shows she cares about what you think and likes sharing her thoughts with you. Look for genuine compliments. If a woman likes you, she'll often give you heartfelt, meaningful compliments that go beyond just how you look. She might compliment your sense of humor, work ethic, or kindness. Those are the things that really show she appreciates you for who you are. When compliments are real and specific, they show she's genuinely interested. As Stoics, we accept compliments graciously, understanding their deeper meaning. We can enjoy these gestures without getting too attached, seeing them as real expressions of affection. Think about how different it is when someone says, "You look nice today," compared to something more personal. "I really admire how dedicated you are to your work." It shows a lot about your character when someone compliments your core values and personal qualities. It's a strong sign they genuinely care. Compliments can also point out little things they notice about you. For instance, she might say how much she loves your positive vibe or how well you deal with tough times. These thoughtful compliments show she's really paying attention to you. Stoicism teaches us to take these compliments in stride. We should appreciate them without letting our egos get too big. It's important to see the honesty behind what's being said. Think about how she gives the compliments. Are they genuine and from the heart, or do they feel a bit fake? Real compliments usually come out naturally without too much thinking. Now, let's talk about sign 6. If you see her fidgeting, blushing, or acting a little anxious around you, that's a clue. It seems like she might like you and really wants to make a good impression. You might notice her getting nervous in different ways, like twirling her hair, fidgeting, or blushing when you talk to her. These signs usually show that she cares about what you think and wants to connect. From a calm perspective, we can just watch for these signs with kindness, knowing that feeling attracted to someone can make anyone a bit anxious. By catching these hints, we can respond thoughtfully. Imagine you're at a party and you notice she's a bit more anxious around you than everyone else. This might mean she's really into what you think. As Stoics, we try to be empathetic and make the vibe more relaxed with our thoughtful reactions. If she's stumbling over her words, laughing awkwardly, or not making eye contact, those are clues that she's genuinely trying to impress you. It shows she really values your opinion. High regard for Stoicism teaches us to be patient and understanding in these situations. If we see her nervousness as a sign of interest, we can respond warmly and build a more genuine connection. Think about how she behaves in different situations. Does she seem relaxed with others, but a bit nervous around you? That contrast can really show how she feels and the effort she's putting in to impress you. Another sign of attraction is when she shares your interests. Does she start listening to the same music, watching the same shows, or getting excited about your favorite sports? Those are pretty good signs that she's into you. Like, if you mention a band you love, she might start checking out their music and mention it later. Or, if you're into hiking, she might suggest going on a hike together. We really appreciate those efforts to connect because they show just how interested she is. Her desire to connect is all about exploring shared values and interests. Think about how she might take the time to learn about something you're really into. If you have a hobby and she starts asking questions or suggesting related activities, that's a sign she's genuinely interested in that part of your life. You'll probably notice she shares similar interests if she invites you to events or activities that match what you love. It's a clear indication that she wants to be involved. Let's hang out more and make some memories together. Stoicism reminds us to appreciate these connections without getting too clingy. We should enjoy these moments while still being ourselves. Think about how she reacts when you share your interests. Does she get genuinely excited and curious? Does she try to join in on conversations about what you love? Those are good signs that she cares about your passions and wants to connect. To really connect with someone, look for open body language. It says a lot. Things like relaxed postures, direct eye contact, and real smiles are strong signs of attraction. So, let's break down what these signs mean and how to read them. Open body language means she's facing you, her arms aren't crossed, and she leans in when you talk. Direct eye contact shows she's interested and paying attention. Genuine smiles, especially the ones that reach her eyes, mean she's enjoying your company. Looking at these signs from a calm perspective keeps us grounded and aware, helping us pick up on the unspoken signals that show true feelings. We can recognize these cues without getting too caught up in what they might mean. Picture being at a gathering where she keeps facing you, maintains eye contact, and smiles warmly. Those are clear signs she feels comfortable around you and is genuinely interested in connecting. As Stoics, we notice these signals, but keep our cool. Open body language can also mean little things like her playing with her hair, tilting her head, or mirroring your moves. These signs show she's comfortable and into the conversation. Stoicism teaches us to see these nonverbal cues clearly and appreciate them without letting them control how we feel. It's all about being present and aware in the moment. Sign 8. Mutual body language. What about your body language? Does she react well to your gestures and expressions? This back and forth of nonverbal signals can really show if there's attraction and interest. Sign number 9. Making future plans. If she talks about including you in her future plans, that's a big hint that she likes you. Whether she's suggesting hangouts, talking about upcoming events, or mentioning trips, it means she wants you in her life. Like, she might say, "We should try that new restaurant next week," or "Let's go to that concert." These comments really show that she wants to hang out more with you down the line. From a Stoic perspective, we can see how important these plans are. They show she's being thoughtful and really cares about you. Just think about how often she talks about future events that include you. It means she's looking at the bigger picture and values having you around. As Stoics, we appreciate these kinds of gestures for what they mean. Making future plans could also... It's about talking about holidays, weekends, or even long-term goals that include you. This shows she considers you an important part of her future. Stoicism teaches us to approach these plans with a level-headed attitude, appreciating the thoughtfulness without getting too caught up in what's coming next. It's all about enjoying the now while being open to what the future holds. Think about how she includes you in her life plans. Does she bring up future activities or events that involve you? Is she excited about them? Things you could do together are big signs that she sees a future with you. Now, let's talk about protectiveness and support. If she shows that she cares about your well-being, stands up for you, or backs you up in what you do, that's a strong sign she's into you. For example, she might help you out with a project, defend you in conversations, or check in on you just to see how you're doing. Those actions show she really cares. We appreciate the care and support from those who genuinely care about us. Think about how she's always cheering you on, showing up at your events, helping with tasks, or just being there when you need someone to lean on. It shows she really cares about your happiness and success. You can also see her protectiveness in how she responds to the tough times you go through. If she jumps in to help or stands up for you, that says a lot. In tough times, it really shows that she cares about you. Stoicism teaches us to appreciate and return that kind of support without leaning on it too much. We should value the connection and respond with kindness and gratitude. Think about how she supports you in different areas of your life. Is she there for you when things get rough? Does she celebrate your wins and cheer you on during challenges? Those actions show she genuinely cares about you, and that's something to recognize while staying grounded. Now that we've spotted these signs, let's talk about how to tackle them with a Stoic mindset. Here are 3 practical Stoic lessons for handling these situations. 1. Observe without judging. Focus on her actions without jumping to conclusions. This keeps you level-headed and helps you dodge those emotional roller coasters. 2. Respect boundaries. Just because there's attraction doesn't mean you have the green light. Always be aware of personal space and boundaries. 3. Keep your cool and integrity. Stay composed and true to yourself when responding. Whether you feel the same or not, always reply with kindness, respect, and honesty. That's what Stoic virtue is all about. If you stick to these principles, you can handle relationships clearly and respectfully while staying true to your Stoic values. For example, instead of jumping to conclusions based on one action, pay attention to the overall patterns in her behavior. And when it comes to respecting boundaries, be aware of her comfort level and don't push it. Always respond with virtue. It's all about being true to yourself, no matter how you feel. These Stoic ideas help us stay calm and collected when we're dealing with others. It's important to notice when someone is into you, but don't get too caught up in it. It's about enjoying the connection while still being yourself. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever picked up on those signs of attraction? How did you handle it? Share your stories in the comments below. If you have any questions about Stoic philosophy or ideas for future videos, I'd love to hear them. Your feedback really helps us make content that connects with you. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more insights and practical Stoic wisdom. Remember, understanding human behavior through Stoic principles can help us live more mindful and fulfilling lives, whether it's recognizing signs of attraction or dealing with everyday challenges. Stoicism is always relevant. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay mindful and keep it Stoic.